You know I'm not the type to sugarcoat anything, so let's be completely real on this video. Getting to 10% body fat is not easy, but it could be simple. And I promise you, by the end of this video, if you follow these 5 simple steps, you will get to 10% body fat. If you don't know who I am, my name is Francis, IFBB Pro, head coach and owner of the Aesthetic Dream Fit, where we've helped over 1,400 people get to their dream body in a sustainable way. Today, we're gonna be discussing the 5 simple steps that you need to take to get to 10% body fat. So let's get right into it.
We are getting straight to the point. This is the no BS guide to getting to 10% body fat. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 simple steps on exactly what you need to do, straight to the point, right? So if you have a pen and paper right now, get that out, be ready. This is not for somebody who has TikTok brain. This is not for people who aren't serious. If you're not serious about this, you just want to scroll and, not really do anything and take action, then do not watch this video, right? This is only for people who are actually serious to getting to their 10% body fat, especially since summer is gonna be coming up. Here's the harsh reality. Everyone's bodies are different. This is why even on my Instagram captions, when I post a workout video, I'm like, this is set for me, right? You should not copy my workouts just because everyone's bodies are different. My experience level will be different compared to yours. My weak points with my bodies will be completely different to yours. It is the same thing when it comes to food. If you are the type of person who copies your favorite influencers, your favorite YouTubers, diets and stuff like that, please do not do that. Understand that everyone's bodies are different. You might be 300 pounds listening to this. You might be 200 pounds. You might be 120 pounds. Here's the reality, right? Since everyone's bodies are different, should you take a different approach? Let's say if you're 300 pounds at 40% body fat, should you take a different approach? If you're 200 pounds at 17% body fat, you're getting closer to 10, right? Should you take a different approach? The truth is the approach will still be the same, but you might just need more time to assess and accept. It might just take more time, right? Depending on where you're at. Please understand that. One thing you guys have to understand why this actually works. I do this for a living with all body types and ages with, for example, my clients on a month-to-month basis, right? This is what I do. This is my job. This is how I make a living. And this is what I am passionate about. So here's an example of Jacob in his mid-20s losing 35 pounds, right? And on top of that, we were actually gaining muscle in the process. As you can see, shoulders popping, right? Chest, everything, abs are coming in, the whole 9 yards. And this is client Axel of mine, right? He lost over 80 pounds through this process as well. And we still have a lot more to go. And JR getting abs at 40 years old, right? So at this point, he was able to finally see his abs for the first time at 40 years old. So if you're somebody who says, oh, I'm too old, I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60. Look at Tim Kelly right here on the right. He lost 25 pounds plus at 60 years old. So this is why this works, right? So don't have an excuse, right, of saying, this is the harsh truth number 2, that, you're too old or your metabolism is just different. You're just different, right? The truth is, again, everyone's bodies are different, but that is not an excuse for you to be able to not actually get to your goal. Truth is, you are just taking the wrong approach. Now, the question is, right, what approach should you take? What approach should you take? Number 1, we'll get straight into it, right? 10K steps, get active. This is going to be the most important thing. Understand this, right? If you are somebody who burns, let's say, 0 calories per day, 1,000 calories a day, right? And you're trying to get in a calorie deficit, you're going to have to starve yourself to get in that calorie deficit. For every single one of my clients, I literally say, this should be the first goal that you should hit is 10,000 steps per day, 7 days a week, right? You can do this by going on your phone, health app on your iPhone or Apple Watch 2 track or a Fitbit watch. You can get that on Amazon as well. This should be essential, right? Because realistically, as humans, as we evolved over time, right? If you really think about it, we were never meant to work remote, right? We were never meant to just stay at home all day, right? We are active creatures, right? We were hunters and gatherers when we first started living, right? So it's so important that, we actually get our 10,000 steps per day at a minimum, just because we are supposed to be active beings. And it also helps with metabolism, the whole 9 yards. So some suggestions I do have for you right now, right? Fasted steps first thing in the morning. This is something that I do. I absolutely love it, right? This helps with insulin sensitivity, meaning that the foods and the carbs that you're gonna be eating is actually gonna be moving into your muscles instead of being stored as body fat. So it helps a lot. So maybe you wanna have black coffee first thing in the morning and then go ahead and just go for a walk, right? Super simple, nothing crazy. Literally just go for a walk, 10,000 steps per day should be your goal every single day. Post-digestion walks. Every time I eat a meal, I'm Super fortunate just because I work remote, or maybe you're somebody who, goes to work and you eat your meal, try to go for a 5-10 minute walk, right? This will help with digestion, keep bloating at a low as well. So make sure, again, if you have the opportunity to walk after your meals. So number one is get active. 10,000 steps per day should be the bare minimum before you add any type of cardio in the gym, right? That is step number one. Number two is we need to be in an energy deficit. We need to be in an energy deficit. This is just a better way of saying a calorie deficit, right? You must burn more calories than you eat. This is very, very simple, right? You need to be burning more calories than you're actually eating, because the more you eat, right, that is going to be stored as body fat. But if you're actually burning more calories and you're doing your cardio, you're getting your steps done, you're working out, right, you are burning more calories than you eat. So the way you start this is start with calculating your macros. If you don't know what macronutrients are, this is basically the protein, carbs, and fats that you're eating on a day-to-day basis, right? This is going to be different for everybody. So I can't give you the exact calories to hit, right? I can't tell you, hey, this is what I'm eating, so eat this, right? Just like what I told you in the beginning of the video, everyone's bodies are different. So if you do need free help with this, I'm more than happy to give you guys some resources. That way you know exactly what to do. I can send you an easy blueprint to get your own macros completely for free. Just go ahead and DM me the word macros on my Instagram right here, right? If you pause this video, go on my Instagram, like literally you can just message me right now. And if it's nighttime, I'll probably message you back in the morning, but I will send you this macro blueprint completely for free, just so you know exactly how much you should be eating for your own body. Again, just shoot me the DM macros and I'll send that over to you completely for free, right? My gift to you. Number three is stick to high satiety foods. Satiety is basically how full do you feel, right? So let's say you eat something like Sour Patch Kids, right? And you eat a whole bag that's like 500 calories, right? I'm telling you this right now, within 30 minutes, you will be hungry again, right? So we want to be eating foods that's actually going to be satiating, right? So let's say you're using whole milk, switch to almond milk, right? Let's say, for example, for you, you're not really tracking your fiber, go heavy on your fibrous foods, right? So oats, dark green veggies, I like using asparagus and broccoli, berries, strawberries and blueberries. I use that every single time I eat my oats or my cream of rice, right? Sweet potatoes, this is also really high in fiber. And go heavy on the protein. Go heavy on the protein. Right? So you should be aiming for about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, right? Or lean mass if your body fat is really high. But for example, for me, I am at 220 pounds. I'm getting at least 220 grams of protein every single day, right? This is going to help with my recovery. Obviously, as I go to the gym every single day, my muscles will actually recover better just because I am eating sufficient protein. Number 4 is lift heavy and intense. Here's the thing. I go to the gym every single day. I've been going to the gym for years and years and years. And the biggest thing that I see with so many people is they're not actually working hard enough, right? If it says 1 set on your plan, that means you should be going to absolute failure on that set, right? So that means by the last rep, you should be barely getting it up. You should be shaking, right? That's how you should be looking. So lift heavy and intense 4 to 5 times per week. The biggest misconception is when people say, whenever I see people, talk about this, right? They think that you will always lose strength when you're in deficit. The truth is you will not, right? If you're doing everything correctly with your diet, you will keep your strength in your deficit. Lift the same way when you do your bulk, right? So for example, if you heard this myth where it's like high reps, 2 cut, low reps, 2 bulk, this is an old age myth that has been completely debunked years and years and decades ago. There's no point in dropping body fat if you have no muscle to show, right? That's the truth. I've done this before where I just focused on my weight loss, right? 10 pounds lost, 10 pounds lost, another 20 pounds lost, right? And I look in the mirror and I look skinny fat, right? So the way we actually combat this is obviously eating enough protein, making sure you're in the proper deficit, not too low, right? And actually training hard and intense, okay? So here's a tip. If you are somebody who was very, very low on your deficit, like for example, for me, just got my pro card not too long ago. I was really pretty much over dieted compared to like 99% of people, right? I was at 5%, 4% body fat. So I needed to drink a little more caffeine, right? Maybe pre-workout before a leg day, or a Monster, a white Monster, 0-calorie Monster, or maybe just some coffee, right? So here's a tip right there. Number 5 is recovery. Absolutely nobody talks about this. People talk about calorie deficits, people talk about cardio, but they do not talk about recovery, right? Sleep is the most important aspect right? This could be number one, honestly. But I know a lot of you guys would be absolutely bored if I talked about sleep as the first thing, right? So sleep is literally the secret sauce. Studies show that leptin, right? This is hunger hormones that make you feel full, right? This hormone called leptin decreases with lack of sleep. And I notice this right away whenever I'm dieting. Every time I get 5 hours of sleep, maybe for some reason, right? The next day, it's really hard, on my leptin and also just like my hunger, just because I'm hungry, I'm craving sweets all the time, right? So make sure you sleep 8 hours a day. This will help a lot with your cravings. So you can be in the same deficit. Let's say somebody who's 200 pounds, another person that's 200 pounds, person one, person two. Person one sleeps 8 hours a night. Person two sleeps 5 hours a night. And they're both on track with their nutrition. Who do you think will make more progress faster? Person number one, who's sleeping 8 hours per night. This is how important sleep is. You will literally get less progress if you're not sleeping enough, right? And that's the absolute truth. I am a living testimony of this process. We have so much information online, and that's the truth, right? Maybe you're listening to this, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Or maybe you're listening to this knowing that you should be doing this, right? There's two types of people that's listening to this right now, and I'm talking to you, right? Person number one, they love what they see, they know it makes sense, then go back to their regular life. Person number two, they love what they see, they get inspired, they take action, and the next 5 years of their life will be completely different. So my question to you is, who are you right now? Who are you right now? Are you person number one? Person number two? And who do you want to become? Hope you enjoyed. For those who are interested, we've helped over 1,400 people, real people, get real results with their physique transformation. We take you literally step by step, work with you very closely one-on-one. I'm literally texting my clients in between these videos, right, as I'm making this. And yeah, all this knowledge I've given you is proven, and this is something that I do. And again, this is my job, and I absolutely love doing it, right? I have all these videos on my YouTube. You can literally binge watch them on exactly how we do this and with my clients as well. So on average, our clients lose anywhere from 25 to 40 pounds in a coaching program with daily access to coach, right? That's going to be the most important thing, is the accountability, right? So if you're somebody who needs that accountability to actually push you, this is going to be the most important thing, especially if you have your New Year's goals, especially if you have some summer goals you want to be able to hit. It is absolutely essential to be able to get to your dream body with a coach. If you want to see more results, you can go to the Aesthetic Dream Fits on Instagram. This is the Instagram right here, right? All the results are there, all the client testimonies, if you guys want to watch all those. And you can even message all my clients. They're real life people with real results, right? And ask them if anything, if you have any questions about that. So again, I tag all my clients on there as well with real results. So if interested, all you have to do is DM me Shred with name and age to apply on my Instagram at Francis Francis. Same thing as earlier, right? This is my Instagram right here. So search that up on Instagram and just DM me, like literally just send me the message Shred, and then we'll go ahead and see if you're a good fit for the program. So some examples right here of my clients, what they had to say. Amazing transformation. The best part is you learn so much more, the proper how, the right mindset, how to bring it all together, make it sustainable, like life goals. Aesthetic dreams, making real life dreams a reality, one client at a time. Dude, also thanks again for reaching out, bro. You changed my life. Feeling good, old clothes fit me again. I'm close to buying a whole new wardrobe. Good, new, hopeful outlook with how I'm living and ready to be with y'all for life. More optimistic, confident than I've ever been. My family's noticing the improvements and cheering for me. It makes me feel good. And this is exactly why I do this, is to be able to help every single one of you guys. And this is why I make these videos as well. So other than that, hopefully you guys got some new info that you can actually take action on. Again, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power until you actually take action. See you guys later.